Hey, my name is Laurel and I'm with the Nashville Wedding Band. Many of you know we just gave away a free wedding to one amazing couple. What we didn't realize though was just how incredible their story was. Come take a look as we share their journey with you.
Hi, I'm Kasey.
And I'm Gary, and we're the Trenums. Our story, I refer to it as the greatest love story ever, and it's not because it's a beautiful fairy tale. It's actually filled with a lot of dark and ugly things, but at the same time, it's full of grace and redemption.
So we met in college in the cafeteria at the university. And when I first saw him, he had this gigantic goatee down to here.
Immediately, I was awestruck by Kasey, and I asked her out, and of course she said no.
Our roommates were dating, and they just kept saying, just go to dinner with him, go to dinner with him. And I was like, I am not going out with that guy.
So I started asking her pretty regularly. I shaved the goatee, and finally she said yes. I guess the rest is history.
We got married in December of 1996. It was exactly 2 weeks after I graduated from college, which made it super crazy, but we were young kids in love.
We've been married for 24 years. We got 4 amazing kids. So I know, you probably wonder why we wanted to win a wedding. The reason I wanted to win was a second chance. I grew up in church, lived a pretty normal life until I was 14. When I was 14, my sister tragically died in an accident, and it caused a lot of brokenness. I started keeping people as far away as possible, and it just caused me to eventually start trying to medicate my pain. And through that medication, I chose to be unfaithful in my marriage, and shattered my wife's heart and shattered my kids' hearts.
Well, I believe from my side of the story that God began to prepare me months before everything came out. And I guess I would say that I knew, but I didn't know. And I began to get up at 5 a.m. and I began to pray. When the news came out, I was devastated.
I had devastated my wife and my kids, and I knew something had to change. Why would I destroy my family like this?
What most people would want to tell me to do would be to run. And I understand that. And I felt that way a little bit as well. But I knew that that's not what God was calling me to do. God was calling me to stay and to continue to war for my family.
One Thursday in March, I became broken before God. I totally surrendered my heart to Him. And, from that point on, we've been walking in restoration. And, we have hard days, but, the good news is we're walking them together, and we take one step at a time.
So as we began to transition into a place of restoration, and in all honesty, we're really going to be real here. This is the weeds of restoration. Things are not perfect. We have good days, we have bad days, but our hearts are, we wanted at some point to renew our vows. So for 3 days, it kept showing up in my feed, and I knew I was supposed to enter, and I didn't want to. And God kept pulling at the heartstrings and telling me, you need to enter this contest.
It was a Sunday afternoon. We had just gotten home from church, and I think we had actually had a little bit of a tough discussion. And I get a text message that says, hey, we might have just won a wedding.
I wanted him to know by me entering that I loved him. Despite everything that we had been through, I still wanted to be married to him, but I wanted a brand new start.
We were all waiting by the phone and nothing. And, Kasey said, we prayed about this, and, if it didn't happen, then it was God's will. And 30, 40 minutes goes by, and the phone rings, and we win.
So now we've won the wedding, and it's time to plan. And I have not planned a wedding in 24 years. I don't even know how people plan weddings nowadays. You have to make appointments to try on dresses. It's all kinds of craziness. Thankfully, a huge part of this is already done for me. And so I'm super excited that Laurel is gonna be doing my makeup. Taylor is gonna be doing my hair and photography. And so we have all of these incredible vendors that we're so excited about.
Frosted by Alley is one that I'm really excited about because I love cake. And the Nashville Tap Truck, I think it's just a really neat idea, a really cool concept.
I'm excited about 12th and Poppy, the florist. And then the venue we're having the wedding is absolutely breathtaking.
I'm so excited about the music. And actually the music is going to be a total surprise for Kasey. We have a special dance after our first dance. And so we've picked out the music for that. And then we have some just really fun music that is going to be done by the Nashville Wedding Band. We're really excited.
And so as we're planning, we're also planning a theme. And several months ago, back in May, our pastor's wife spoke a word over us that God's ridiculous, scandalous grace would chase us down and restore to us everything that would be lost.
The opportunity we have with this wedding is a second chance. It's a chance for me to publicly profess my love for my wife and for my kids, and to vow to them that things will be different. We share our story because I believe it gives people hope that it's a weapon in the hands of God to pierce darkness and maybe to call men out of hiding, to encourage women to fight. And at the end of the day, because of God's ridiculous, scandalous grace, we still do.